like a dick.
Yeah, works. Welcome
Hi.
welcome to Vampires and Vitae.
It's like National Treasure when he does the lemon
Yeah,
juice,
right.
but
It's like it makes a perfect dick. No, thank you so much for joining us at our table. As we normally do, we're going to pass it right over to Tyler. Give us a little bit of background about what we've done in the last episode.
I didn't do shit. I didn't do a fucking thing. It was awesome. Now,
You look out the window.
yeah, last episode. A lot of the last episode. Well, in the beginning, we were all kind of curtailing it back to the train at using different transportational modes. Alister made it perfectly on time, as did my friend Rusty. We got there on the dot, and then
we made a good inroad with Mr. Shovel.
Yeah, so we said our adieus. He decided not to come with us on the carriage, and instead wanted to break up a fight that was happening between the train workers and
the railroad
makers. And the railroad makers. So there was like a kerfuffle of sorts, and he went to go break it up, and I was like, the dude's like 7 foot easy, he's fine. Alister, unless he's going to shoot somebody, probably not going to.
Right.
He's one of those, fire the gun into the roof kind of person. But unfortunately, as the train was picking up steam, we look in the distance to see the dusty silhouette of
those rolls
of Barnaby.
Rose.
We saw Barnaby, and then Rose took it upon herself because she had celerity to help him, and actually, I wouldn't say made things worse.
Definitely made things worse.
definitely made things worse.
Definitely.
But definitely made things worse.
We definitely had 2 anchors that we're now trying to drag.
Rusty ran to the back of the cattle car past some strange BDSM club.
That's a very specific way to say it, but
One way to do it.
So people that were being tortured, or not bordering on torture, they were being reprimanded.
And there's people in gimp suits.
There was definitely a dude in a gimp suit and a trunk. Had you rolled higher on your wits and awareness,
you would have saw the gimps.
You would have seen the
Or at least the hand coming out of the cage.
the pulp fiction gimp. Is
Yes,
just
yeah. Out of the
canon. There's a pulp fiction gimp somewhere in the train at all times.
Yeah.
Aren't you glad you left your family to come here today?
named Larry.
Yes. By the way, they're listening. So
Awesome.
Uh-oh.
Hi, kids.
no, the two, 21-year-old.
Barnaby is the gimp. No.
Plot twist.
Plot twist.
Not canon. Yeah, right.
No.
Channing Tatum.
Yeah, right.
Quarter mile behind
such-
the train
oh
at
my
that
God.
point.
And
You know it too.
so
I
they
do.
started
I know the
you guys started
reference.
formulating a plan, is what I'm saying. And I had to really think about what Alister would do in this situation. Not me as a player, because I care about all of you at the table here. And I want all of you to succeed. I want to build a narrative storyline, and I want it to be, captivating, and I want it to be beautiful. And I also, Alister didn't give a fuck. So
You did fuck all.
I really was spending most of the time thinking, would Alister do anything in this situation?
No, staring at
Well,
the
and-
actual.
And even
Because
there, I
your
was-
time is tied to
Yeah.
the time of the train. So
And I don't know you all that well yet. I consider you acquaintances. But like at the moment, if you two died, Alister's life moves on.
Yeah.
And
probably gets less.
it gets a
more
little
simple.
the ledger starts to balance out.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I really hope they make it, but I don't think I can I think the best thing I could do is not interfere.
Yep. No, there were, and I was happy to leave you guys. You were going to have a wonderful vision quest into the desert, and blah blah blah. So don't think that there was ever a chance that you could have. I gave you 3 chances, both you and Rose, to make it there. The cows done saved you.
Yeah, and then you were saved by Belle, the cow, and Rusty's quick thinking and bad ropesmanship skills. And you managed to get on the train. Everybody kind of dusted off, got ready, and then there was a scream.
Yeah.
Hitchcock would be proud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the birds everywhere. And we went to the dining car, and unfortunately, there's a murder in Amarillo.
Well, on your train. But
Well,
sure,
yeah,
sure.
we're still. I think we're still
Just
on the outskirts of Amarillo.
Yeah.
There be murder.
There be murders there.
So we just got out of the city, and there's already a dead human being in the form of Miss. What the fuck was your name? Lavender Orchid. Orchid, some kind of flower, right? Orchid. Miss Orchid is
Lady
dead.
of flowers.
Throat slit, poison coursing through. Well, not
mother
anymore.
flower.
Was coursing through her veins,
Might have been.
and now there's just kind
It
of
is?
a.
Both monikers.
There's a group of people staring at this body that Barnaby covered with a tablecloth because you're a gentleman.
And we're never going to
Yeah.
get that tablecloth
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
We
Yeah.
burned
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I had some binoculars. That's what's going on. That's happening. Welcome to Vampire.
No, not those again.
Yeah, I'll come
No.
back.
We
Ooh.
had one
No!
side. You and the French guy like this.
Most important part of the story is that I shared theater binoculars with a Frenchman.
I mean, obviously.
Oh, and
Most
Barnaby
important.
almost died again.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
But most important, it's 123 degrees outside right now, according to that.
Oof.
Neat.
Yeah.
Fun times.
Yeah,
Gross.
Vegas is in a little bit of a bubble. Wait a second. You do hear the sound. A bag is being shuffled. The two individuals in white suits have decided to come and help you when it comes to this idea of what killed this woman, how did it transpire, what's going on. You had Beaker.
What's happening? What are vampires?
Yeah. Surprisingly enough, that's a very apt question.
What's going on? What's happening? What are
He
vampires?
opens
Is the new intro.
Yeah, right. Yeah. He opens up his doctor's bag, one of the old timey ones with the wire frames that actually like extend all of it. You can see him bring it out almost like a tackle box. We could look at it like nowadays. You do notice that Pierre standing right next to you, Alister, like kind of scoffs when he sees the whole thing open and all the different apparatuses and everything.
Not a believer in the sciences, Pierre?
Yeah, he's just doing it wrong.
Are you a doctor? I thought you were born to the business of taking life.
It's funny, my friend. I thought that you were born to stealing it yourself.
Okay, let's not talk about this next to a dead body, maybe.
There's a little glint in his eye, but when his cursory glance comes back down, you do see him like eye the bag and just. It's somebody
Can
that
I
knows.
see if he's right? I have a little bit of medicine. Can I see if? Can I roll? Like,
Sure,
like
absolutely.
a-
You're
like a-
looking directly at the body.
Yeah, well, he's saying that he's doing it wrong, so I was wondering if I could roll like a wits and medicine or like. An
Actually, this would be
or-
occult. It'd
Right.
be intelligence and occult.
Well, damn. Why?
'Cause-
Why have medicine in the West?
Goddamn cult.
Maybe.
Always wanted a cult. Always.
I have no way of
knowing.
knowing.
No, so
-1 is what I'm saying.
oh, fair
dear.
enough. There it is. So you've seen Pierre be cocksure of himself, but he seems to be quite, you know what I mean, pretty specific.
Out of my depth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's just more of like an eye roll, like as if you were using a parking meter wrong. Like it's so simple. All you got to do is a certain thing. But like these different like, as you had used opera glasses with different lenses, he's starting to scan the area. He's got like tiny little cones that he's like dotting out blood spots all around. You can see him like take his pinky and take a tiny bit of blood. And
What the fuck?
Hey man, there's no DNA evidence. You know,
Yeah.
you can really fuck up a crime scene in the 1800s.
yeah, right. Yeah.
He had diabetes.
For a second in your head, Barnaby, you go, you probably shouldn't do that more. You'll probably die. Shiver from him. Rose, why don't you give me a wits and awareness roll?
Oh dear.
See what you're seeing.
Oh boy.
Barnaby, you're seeing all of this. It's not the first time you've seen a murder on the train.
Rusty.
Sorry, Rusty.
That's Walt Flannery
Walt
to you.
Flannery.
We're not friends with the storyteller.
Flannery.
Mr. Flannery to you.
But you've gone through this before. You know what I mean? Like you've seen like people doing what they have to do to survive, trying to get through this particular part of the passage.
3.
3 successes. You do see the the hysterical handmaiden kind of collect themselves, start rolling up their sleeves like pretty quickly. Like she finally got to a moment of clarity and just gathered themselves and now sounding pretty strongly and looking directly towards Alister. That's all the different pieces of information that everyone has currently, unless you want to investigate the room.
Probably, actually. Just have a look around and see if there's anything to be seen that's out of the ordinary.
Is Chip there?
Chip is there. Yep. He just put down his bottles. He was going to restock his bar essentially when this all transpired in his room. So give me, if you want to take a close look, all of you can.
If only somebody hadn't drank all the whiskey, he wouldn't have had to leave the room, and the murder may not have happened.
Fair enough. It is intelligence and investigation. If you want to look at the room itself, if you want anything more specific, it may turn to different.
Intelligence and investigation?
Yep.
Well, I don't have any investigation, so. No? No, better than it was last week.
I got 2.
Also got 2.
3.
All right.
You want to redo that? You want to take another take?
No.
Okay, good.
3.
I like it.
1, 2, 3.
From now on, when you get 3 successes, I'm expecting that.
3.
This is what I'm that's what I'm saying.
That's just what it is.
2 successes for Rusty. You can see that Chip is definitely beside himself. There's enough understanding of his character and what he does here that it doesn't feel like he's involved. Unless he's a fantastic liar, he doesn't seem involved. Also, you've seen him be diligent, so you know that he wasn't gone from the room for a very long time. Alister, with you 2, you've seen a difference in the handmaiden. You notice that she's looking at you expectantly, with a different facade that she had any time that you've known her. For 3, you feel a little gust of wind coming through, like one of the windows are open. On further inspection, you can see a couple spots of blood that kind of lead there.
Do I do the old?
Well, you can try. The snake would be like, I'm literally in here. You probably shouldn't do that. Yeah, you can try it.
No.
You do know that it's a poison made from something that was dead. That's what the snake has been able to give you.
Yeah.
And Rose, you didn't investigate, right?
No, I don't have any, so.
So I'll walk over to the window and just take a look at it a little closer.
Mm-hmm.
Any sign of struggle? Any sign of
With
anything
your
left?
2, you can see that it was 3. You can see that the window was dropped down, hastily brought back up. That's where the smear, the fingerprint of blood kind of like cursed through it. Looking up, the train is traveling very fast, especially for like these time standards. This thing is going. Rusty, you would know that this would be specifically like the shot.
Yeah, Rusty, stand up, straighten
So
himself.
that's information you have.
Ladies and gentlemen, it would behoove you at this point, even in light of the current situation, if you have your own personal armaments, to go get them now. To arm yourself up. I'm going to retire to my quarters to get my equipment. We are about to go through the worst part of this journey. People are going to die. We do need to make sure that no matter what, this train does not stop. This train cannot stop. If it does, we all will die. And he's making very point to make eye contact with his 3 companions. We all will die here. So with that, he leaves the car, goes back, gets his real gun belt that has the extra ammunition in it, and a Bowie knife on the side, a bandolier, and his rifle.
Comes back rusty, kitted out for war.
So I look at Alister and I'm like,
Yes, I must retire to my study, it seems. Pip, pip.
Like I gesture him over.
Yeah, right. As you walk past them, because you noticed this earlier when it comes to your occult roll, you do see that the new doctor that you no one's asked his name yet, but he's starting to arrange crystals like around it, and he's like putting them like he's moving their placement slightly with his foot. Mm-hmm. He doesn't say anything
That's
to
neat.
you. He's just like like adjusting the angle.
I don't know why I thought he didn't have shoes on. Sorry.
I mean, he is French.
Great.
Yeah, fair enough.
Monkey toes.
Yeah, right. I can give him monkey toes. I give him the attribute of extra hand. But yeah, that's something that you just
follow,
noticing.
Yeah, we'll follow your lead.
Mr. Hayward, I just wanted to point out something. Notice something on the window. If you want to take a look at it.
Okay. Which window?
That one.
Oh, yes.
He points to the window that's slightly ajar. Yeah, you do see the window itself has been the bloody fingerprint seems to be on the outside of the glass in closer expression.
You think the point up?
Maybe.
Interesting.
So we may want to follow Rusty's lead on that and arm ourselves as well.
Where is Pierre?
Like a manager watching somebody that he does not want part of his team do a task. He's currently like micromanaging silently, fuming behind the guy.
I think I say his name. I'm like, Pierre?
Soon.
And then I just gesture and I tap my cane on the window and then I walk to my study. That's all I do. He could I feel like this guy is really into hunting. He's really into this whole shebang.
Give him
But
some breadcrumbs.
yeah, I'm just gonna tap the window.
Kind of what I did to you.
Exactly. I'm gonna keep passing it off.
Barnaby's not at the front of the tape. He's not the one dictating anything
Yeah,
at this
yeah.
point. So,
Yeah, so that's what I do. I just like a couple taps on the cane, and then I.
I love it all. I love it. He'll be like, he doesn't know what he's doing anyway, so
I don't look back or anything. I just I assume he will.
he'll follow Rusty. That does pass past you as you're taking in, like almost playing like Century. I can like in the scene. Rose, what are you up to as you guys walk towards?
I think
Alister's?
I'm paying particular attention to the doctor and the laying out of these crystals, and Mr. Or should I say, Doctor? I did not catch your name.
Travel.
I'm sorry.
Travel. Yes.
Travel, Doctor Travel.
This is Dr. Travel.
What exactly are you a doctor of?
The things that are not known. This would be very good.
A doctor of the unknown.
Oh, yes. This is why I am going to the west. No one knows.
Well, yes, but I'm just not really sure what these crystals are supposed to help this poor unfortunate soul with.
It could possibly be. If it's a very, very small chance, but not impossible. Like a bunny with antlers. And he like stands and like couple
We call
passes.
that a jackalope.
Right.
And this is what I'm thinking.
Is there something that a particular on the body that would lead you to come to this conclusion,
yes.
or are you just being hopeful?
No. It like spreads like the neck, like very like you can hear a small gasp of like annoyance coming from that particular one that had.
He's just like,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He's like,
Looky here.
he's like, it's just done from a horn. I am very sure of myself when it comes to this.
Could it not also be a knife, perhaps? A dull one?
Not on this train. I have worked very hard to get here, specifically. So, I know that there's something strange about this particular track of road. So I have come to find them out.
Right. Well, I'm going to suggest that we empty the car of people and maybe have an opportunity to thoroughly search the car properly and maybe less crystals at this point.
He's like pushing. You see his attendant Bunsen is is just like staring you down as you go to touch stop him in the middle of whatever little creation he's doing with his rocks.
Okay.
That's my favorite name of this campaign.
So, Dr. Travel, a jackalope. Is that what you're trying to get at?
You have read the scriptures too?
Well,
And he opens the little binders and he brings up like a hand-drawn, it's slightly cartoonish of a rabbit with antlers.
okay. Can I take the book from him and flip through it?
Okay.
Particularly looking for anything that would raise the alarm of him having like factual information about kindred or werewolves or
You're looking for a crumb of intelligence in this man.
yeah, like I'm just looking for something that says that this man is more than what he's presenting, because it seems crazy that somebody would still be alive at this point and be that.
Investigation and intelligence, since you're looking at the book.
And underneath the picture, it just says, fast as fast can be.
In my head, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I'm going to bring this up later because I'm wondering if anybody else knows that reference.
Oh,
Absolutely. Love the jackalope.
Absolutely. Hilarious.
okay, so that's one success
You
on 2 days.
the book is expensive. It's like, very thick paper.
Uh-huh.
The pen that is in the crease of the book, it's a beautiful fountain pen. He's well funded somehow.
Sure.
His musings, not enough time to really pick up his musings just from a cursory
Does it seem
glance.
at least coherent?
It seems like he's found a lot of old wives' tales, and he's trying to deduct the truth. And you can see scientific method being applied to all of these things. Some of his conclusions are definitely far off of the reality of the circle.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. We get to your cabin. And do you want to do anything specifically as we're getting to his cabin?
No, Rusty's just sort of patrolling, looking out the windows on both sides.
blood.
All right.
Going full Rambo.
Yeah.
Just in the car, just like,
Protect my cows.
Yeah, right. Love it.
just crawls into a mud pie.
What do you think of Fred and under my eyes?
Yeah, right. Yeah. All right.
I will save you, Bill.
We find ourselves in Mr. Alister's wonderful private cabin.
I don't really have any. I have one other weapon that I guess I will pick up now from my personal belongings, which is a stiletto dagger. It's very ornate as well. It looks similar to like what you would see in like one of those ritualistic kind of fashions.
Okay.
But it's super fucking sharp and pointy.
Like a
It's a
I don't know what a stiletto. I've never seen one.
so they're not for slashing. They're specifically for poking.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Okay.
almost like an ice pick.
Okay.
So like they're only about an inch wide at the base, and then it tapers down to a very thin point. They're usually about 8 to 12 inches long.
Okay, no problem.
Specifically for murder.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
They're really good at poking, getting through the ribs.
It's a murder stick.
Yeah.
Fair
Some
enough.
people call them mercy daggers because if you go into the armpit, it's just long enough to hit the heart.
There we go. And also awesome. I apparently will be Googling stiletto daggers later today because I really like the concept.
So I have one of those. Again, mostly for poking. It's really just
It's for poking.
It's for poking. Like Game of Thrones, sticking with the pointy end. Kind of like what it is.
That's what it does.
So I'm gonna attach that to my other side of my hip, and then I'm gonna go into Lady Orchid's room and start looking around there.
All right.
Because the scene of the crime is full of people, but the target living quarters is empty.
Yeah,
Right.
you do have Barnaby behind you, and in tow also Pierre.
I told you to go to the window.
Hold on. Do you want me to go back where I was?
I thought you would get the clue that maybe they're like on the roof.
I thought that this was like, come with me, tap tap.
No, I was telling you to check out the window.
Okay, so like, go check out the window.
And then meet me back here, please.
Okay. By the way, we need to work on your taps.
To work on your taps.
He walks. Oh, by the way, nice room, huh? Very nice. Leaves. You guys are walking in. You can hear the sounds of the bathtub slosh.
I would like to go to.
Are you taking off your shoes?
Nope.
She's dead.
Squib's not here.
Well, yeah, where's he?
Lady?
At?
I
That's
assume
what I was.
Squib is.
Squib is still mourning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like holding vigil with Mr. Rusty.
So I think I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go to that alchemy table now that I can. I don't have a reason to not check it out.
With the privacy.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go check that out and see what's going on there. If there's any books or
Yeah.
ledgers or please let there be a ledger.
Extensive. Give me a intelligence and science roll.
Intelligence roll, you said?
Yeah.
And science.
An intelligence roll, you say?
I got one in science. What the fuck was I
All
reading?
the science.
Motherfucker. No.
I mean, like, it definitely looks like to be from the brain of a genius or a madman. In this case, woman. I mean, it's.
Am I still behind him?
Oh yeah, you want to give it a go?
What did you say? Science and what?
And intelligence.
Oh yeah, I can do that. I can give it a shot.
Barnaby's just like over
Can
shoulder.
I give him a help action? Is that the thing?
Yeah, right.
As you can see, it's
Oh fucking shit!
Oh, damn.
No.
Way over your head.
Yeah. On that note, I want to do something else.
Okay.
the Hardy Boys.
I'd like to walk
yeah?
away.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for a walk back to the car, to the dining car, I think, but before it, where the two cars interjoin. Yeah. And I want to kind of look around, if like maybe poke my head up and just kind of look around that area.
All right. As you're walking that way, you will run into Thistle. We're going to take a little bit more time before we jump into that next section. Then we'll do the ring around the rosies after that. All right. So definitely somebody that is mathematically brilliant. You know, with your successes, you know enough that if they're wrong, at least they're on the track of being wrong. You know what I mean? There was a lot of thought put down into whatever conclusions that they're making.
Whatever it is extensive.
Yes, it's
Gotcha.
thought out, practical. Doesn't really seem to fit the same personality that you met with Sorkin. Like they're like this seems to be a little bit more. Maybe she was put on a show. Maybe I mean like whatever have you. It's just it's like if you'd go into a radiologist's room and you look at their graph, you'd have no idea what the hell you're looking at. But the rest of the room is yours if you want to do any more poking around.
Let's see. I can do a general. I've got a little bit of investigation, but there's nothing really else that I'm specifically looking for besides just kind of looking around for anything that.
You got like a bathroom area. You got like a closed off bedroom. You got her
I'll go to the bedroom.
the bedroom. All right, that has a little cool screen, kind of like segmented.
One of those sheer.
Yeah, beautifully done. Give me an intelligence and investigation.
These are rolling like fucking dog shit.
Do you want the candy bowl?
Maybe.
Do you want my dice? They seem to be really great right now.
Right.
One success.
Uh,
I know the thread count on these pillows.
3.
there is when you're putting your hand down onto it, you can feel 2 places of indentation, as if 2 people have been sleeping on this bed. That's what you get.
Okay.
Squib.
Yeah, is it a very is it a very small indentation and then a regular size indentation?
Actually, that's a really great question. And even with your 1 success, they can say that no, they seem to be eerily similar,
Okay.
same size, same.
Okay.
And you look around, you see like the little, the other 3 beds for Squib and the other 2.
Little dog bed for Squib.
Yeah, they're pretty small. I mean, like they seem to be cots.
Okay.
You can give me 1 more, but I'm bringing up the 7s. Intelligence and investigation.
All right, and then I have a general idea of what to do. I'm leaving the room after this, regardless. 1.
And 6 willpower.
1 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
All you get from that is you see this one small bed for Squib, 2 for the handmaidens. 1 is perfectly made, the other one isn't perfectly made. That's all you can get. Sorry, there was more to find, but
Oh, I'm sure
you've
there
exhausted.
was.
Yeah,
Alister goes, I honestly don't know what I was expecting. I don't even like mystery novels. Okay. I've read like 1 in 50 years.
Well, that's the information you got.
Okay, I am no Sherlock Holmes. I'm going to return. I'm going to try and I will go back towards that handmaiden.
Okay, so you're making your way
Yeah,
back up that direction.
that is
brings
enough
us-
information for me to do what I need to do.
All right, that will bring us to. Are you doing anything? You're just looking over right this moment.
I told you he's in the cow pie.
Just walking through the cars, looking out the windows,
Okay, you can
waiting for
see the.
shit to happen.
You see some of your security guards. Essentially, they're rough and tumble boys. You can see them like trying to like block off this area as some of the rubbernecks are coming through. Different passengers are looking around.
Sorry, I have this image of somebody trying to eat at the dining cart and then just Rusty with a rifle just perched up, just watching as somebody's just like cutting a
Sir.
steak.
If you would mind moving just slightly to the right. You're blocking my shot.
Yeah, right. Like the fork trembles in his hand as he takes a small to the side, and you're headed towards the coupling in between the 2 trains, right?
Yep. I have my weapons. I've got a knife on the leg and a pistol on the hip.
Okay. Oh,
Those cars would all have had ladders.
yeah. That you could go back up to. What are we looking for? Are you looking at the ladders? You're looking at the coupling, the doors.
You
The,
fall off this fucking train.
God damn it! It can happen.
don't
I'm
know.
not,
Right?
in this game, it seems
You
like
need an
We
OSHA
are
certified
going way
harness.
too fast
to
now.
just,
Bell cannot help you.
just click on.
no, and actually, to be very specific about that.
I'm gonna have a rope and just tie myself in. Where I go.
Oh, but if you fall, like dung, 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 dung.
It's okay, right? I'm a vampire. I'll be all right.
We'll pull them up
suck.
eventually.
Can't get hurt.
We got a foot.
Every once in a while, I can snatch something that's walking by the train.
That can work.
Jackalope, what is it?
No, so I'm going to be in the center or right in between, like that cross,
Sure,
that
yep.
path. And then I'll be at the, kind of examining the stairs, looking for anything that just stands out. But I also want to kind of climb that ladder just to peek over. And I'll do this carefully and peek over just to see, like, if there's anything that looks like there might have been some, like the blood trail maybe.
Right.
Or
What's your hair look like? Sorry, like a pompadour style? What are we talking about?
I say I have a hat.
I
but
thought
it's-
it was like slicked down.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
Was
yeah.
it
Slicked
parted
down.
down
Yeah,
there?
right, it's slicked down.
I thought it was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a greasy, ratty kind of.
So,
it's very like
Undertaker.
It's very greasy but neat, like
Yeah.
but still like kind of pushed back.
Okay. Is it long?
Kind of
or-
like what this is, but maybe without the swoop. It's like
Okay,
going
so it's
back
short.
more.
You have short hair.
Short hair.
I don't know why. I thought you had like long hair.
Long, yeah, no,
Okay. All right.
I mean,
It's your character, man.
yeah. He got a haircut in the wiggle pit.
snip, snips. All right, yeah. As you go back, your hat does fly back. The cord around your neck is kind of what saves you from that. Just the wind, the watering aspect when you're going that fast. It's kind of a sight. You've been able to right yourself and be able to understand, like, yes, I am going this fast, but to actually see it like at eye level, realize just the immense speed and the smoke coming off of the engine in the front. Why don't you give me? It's going to be a lot of investigation, guys. You can give me one of 2 choices: wits and awareness or intelligence investigation. They will give you 2 different results. So maybe choosing your highest number may not give you the best result. Just letting you know.
So you said
It's either wits and awareness.
okay,
It should be like such awareness stuff, like
okay,
seeing things quickly,
and the other one's investigation.
and intelligence, which will be like looking deeply into the idea.
Would I be considered tracking at this point?
It's kind of why I gave you the opportunity for wits and awareness.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's do. I'll do wits and awareness then, just because it's more dice. But I know, I get it. 3, 4 successes.
Hell yeah. As you're
5 successes. Sorry.
5 successes.
Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah. I found him. I captured him. Game over.
Right.
We had a really rough last episode.
That was a good season.
You put your last hand up on that rudder, and for a second it like slips. Like there's something moist on it. Blood. 6 successes, right?
5.
5.
Right? I said 5. 1, 2, 4.
Slight difference in between the two. 5 still great, but dead blood. Vampiric blood. For sure, vampiric blood. Spicy, kind of like, you can tell the difference between wines and smells, and people that are refined enough can pick up regions.
Spicy what? Like pepper
Like,
spicy or turmeric spicy?
Like,
Or hot take spicy.
I like mayonnaise spicy because I'm white.
get some paprika on that bitch. No,
I was gonna say Miracle Whip versus your mayonnaise. but-
Oh,
right, no.
Whip.
Like exotic spice.
Okay.
Like definitely something not found normally in the West.
So turmeric.
Imported.
You were right.
Oh, saffron.
Yeah, where saffron. It's imported. But like, and there's also a little bit. Like, do you wear gloves or are you barehanded?
Barehanded.
Oh,
It's almost like when you've been cleaning with bleach for a while, and
Yes.
like you get that slight burn. You know what I mean? Like you're not hurting yourself, but there's a very slight chemical burn almost coming off of the blood itself.
Weird.
I mean, that was a great roll.
And I say that like
Just like that.
Weird.
weird.
All right. I think you can flip for it. Who wants Rusty hears that. Here from the door.
I was gonna say Alister just.
Yeah, right. Yeah, as you look up, you see him going weird, but Alister.
I just push him off.
Yeah,
It's equivalent to Jinkies.
yeah, right. I found a clue.
Weird.
Yeah, right. I found a clue.
Well, what's it taste like?
Oh, I don't think I'm supposed to taste it.
He said it was spicy.
It smells spicy.
Smoked paprika.
Yep,
So that's all I see. I feel the blood. I
That
get
was-
the gist of it, and then nothing. I can't see anything over there.
It feels like it was going to the tip of the train, not to the front of the train. After that,
So it's going backwards.
yeah.
Cool. Rusty's there.
Well, you overheard it. So did Mr. Alister as he walks up.
Weird.
Yeah, because I'm walking I'm walking back to find the handmaiden. So I think when I'm going through the train, I just hear weird.
Yeah, as
Above
you,
me.
Yeah, as you look up to see this guy, you do see Pierre Poof. You have to duck. He's jumped over the gap, and he's now currently following another part of whatever
Oh shit.
he's trying to figure it out too.
Son of a bitch.
He's everywhere.
Yeah.
Acrobatic.
Well, you sent him back.
I
You
did,
know what I mean? Like,
He ended up on top of the train.
well, you went through the window. You hadn't
he had a
gotten
head
back to the room where Pierre was. So
Pierre crawled through the window.
yeah,
He's like, I must become the man, to understand the man, to kill the man.
yeah. Pierre's a very interesting character. Can't wait for you guys to meet him more. So all of this transpired. Rose, you did see Pierre come back into the room. He did go out the window and is currently. You did notice him kick one of the other guy's crystal over.
Yeah. I agree with that. I'm sure that Rose thinks that the crystal stuff is absolutely ridiculous. And
Or maybe it wasn't. Maybe he's just off by what matters. You know.
well, either way, she's not a believer in the crystals.
Fair enough.
Wow, that is a huge departure from season 2.
Sure is.
what I was thinking.
Yeah, biggest. But I think what I would like to do is join Alister in his quest to find the 2 ladies in waiting to see what they saw.
All right. Well, that's kind of the conversion, guys. You hear weird. What are you gonna tell him?
Weird. What?
So I kind of look down. I see Rusty. Who do I see? I see all of them, or just Rusty?
Coming behind you, you see Mr. Alister. Coming in front of you, you see Rusty. And I think that Miss Rose would still be in the main car, just now accosting.
That's where I'm headed to meet up with.
So I head down. I come down the ladder and look over to Rusty and kind of just show up the fingers.
Slightly.
Look at this.
What does this smell like?
Smell this.
Wow.
Smell my fingers.
My life has finally come full circle. That's like the first joke. That's amazing.
Wow.
I returned the favor, but
Yeah,
it was Belle.
that's horrible.
That smells familiar.
Yeah, right. That's just
But, at one point I
Medieval
swung by
gas
that,
station.
Oh my god.
hit it with my
I see
face.
this and I go, weird.
I think this is a trace of blood that's coming from one of the ladder rungs up top. So whatever was up there, this might belong to it, and kind of give you like that. It's familiar. Exactly. That's what I was saying.
Does anyone have any I guess you would, Alister. You would have probably the most basic background when it comes to education of vampire kind.
Yeah, I've definitely done a master class
In all the
Camarilla.
different kinds of vampire.
Held some TED Talks.
Well,
So-
I've pretty much shadowed my
Right.
sire for 50 years, and when I was on my own, the only time I was really on my own is when I was working in the Camarilla, and I was working
Yeah.
on a project that he
Makes
deemed
sense.
below him,
Right.
but I was still I was interacting with different. I've talked to like a Primogen or two. I've shaken hands. I know the families. I hate most of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Actually, I respect most of them. It's really my sire that I really fucking hate.
fair enough.
But the whole structure of the Camarilla was pretty deeply ingrained.
All right. So for that, actually, do you have etiquette? Oddly enough, it's going to work.
I do have some etiquette.
All right, cool. So then we're going to do some intelligence and etiquette as you take a whiff of this weird said blood. Weird.
I've rolled 3 dice the whole game so far. That is 2 successes.
Hey.
But I'm going to burn a willpower and make it 3 because I am useless today.
All right.
So
Mark
gives
that
me-
down.
I have 3 willpower now.
Mark that down.
If I can find a pen that works.
In my house,
Would you like a pencil?
Yeah, I'll take it.
it's like asking for a Post-it.
Weird. Thank you.
As it, you kind of play with the viscous material in your fingers and give it a whiff.
What is that melody?
Smells rusty.
Your sire has talked about sometimes deals that can't go through. And it actually was a lesson that he sent you on to try to convince somebody that they weren't going to take your options. And he made you go again and again and months and years of one particular deal right in the beginning. Every time he sent you what you were offering was never going to be enough for what you were trying to purchase.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of it, he ended up having to kill the person to extract the power and the money and the resolve from a particular area. You do remember that fragrant scent. He brought in a very specific kind of assassin for it. And you do remember that the name Asamite, something close to it.
Mm-hmm.
They were very professional, very quiet.
No.
You remember him saying that they can slide into shadow. They can appear to be not there. They can blend in.
Would I know, based off of that, by using my willpower, can I remember if they tend to leave immediately after the job is complete, or would there be a chance that they were going to stay on the train?
And your sire taught you the lesson of sometimes you just got to kill him. They didn't just kill the guy. They burnt down the area. They destroyed the people. It is an explosion of carnage and problems. It's not just a targeted one-on-one. This is a last, if you're going to spend that kind of money, it's not just a person. It's an event.
Scorched earth.
Yeah, it's an event.
Good. Glad I've used that willpower. It's good information.
Yeah, with the 3 points. That's what you remember because, and like you have that.
I was like, if he's just gone,
Yeah, right.
then
Like
fuck it.
you know, and it was a really good lesson. You may hate your sire, but it was a really good lesson because you just remember looking at him and seeing the reflections of the flames of the burnt mansions that he just destroyed, and all the family and generational wealth that he just moved around. You could see what it would be for a person to go to this extreme. That was the only way to get the deal done. It had to be burnt down.
If Alister could become any more pale, I think he would. But he like, I think he freezes and starts to shake a little bit.
Sure. Alice, Rusty, you're kind of looking up at that. Also, Barnaby, if it's a physical action that a normal mortal could see, I would say that you both have a high enough understanding of existence to see Alister shaking.
You can hear the cane rattling around.
Yeah, right. That's yeah.
Mr. Hayward, you okay?
We need to talk immediately.
You look like you've seen a ghost.
I wish it were that easy.
Should we retire to your compartment?
Yes, the the deadline just became much shorter than I think you are aware.
Bros, you no hush tones say that you didn't overhear that. I mean, unless you
I
were
don't know,
listening.
what am I closest to?
So you just dropped down from the.
Like, am I
From the
closer
stairs.
to like Rusty's room or the study or like?
Rusty's room or
like-
Rose's room would be the closest, and then after that would be your compartment, and then
I
the
think
current
I
vacant.
just I pull them into the physically closest compartment. that there
Oh,
is.
just walking down?
Yeah.
This would be, I guess, Pierre's room. That'd be the first one on the left. Yeah. And that's what it is, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I bust through that door
Yep.
or slide.
It's on the left-hand
Yeah, it's a
side. It's
sliding
right across the,
barn doors.
yeah, it's across the hall of Rose's, unless you want to use Rose's room. You would know where both would be, but the most private compartment. I mean, there'd be small bathrooms, but that'd be three
Just
large
three
guys.
people
Yeah,
face to
right,
face.
yeah.
What on earth is Sister Joan doing right now?
We're giving last rides.
Oh, okay.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah.
That makes sense.
So I pull you guys into like the first room, like just not forcefully, but I'm like, fuck it,
Yeah.
And then when I close the door, I bite my lip and I outline the door in blood, and I am going to use Silence of Death so no one can hear.
Hell yeah!
Anything.
Nice. You got it. You got an exact description of it, just so if people
Yeah.
are learning how to play with us.
I left my cards somewhere, so excuse me. Oh my god. Thank you.
As he's looking up, you're looking at
It's my
the
only.
handmaidens.
It's my only obfuscate.
Yeah, I was going to go find them and
You
Ask
probably.
them.
I think you probably see us like rush into a room.
yeah.
As you're-
You notice the one handmaiden that steadied herself is walking over to the bar. She literally snaps at, very odd for a handmaiden, snaps at Chip to get a drink, clings it down, and the handmaiden and the dwarf are like insulting each other.
Okay. Well, I guess the one at the bar, since she's not with, sorry, his name will come to me, Squib. So what I'll do is I'll go to the one by the bar, and I would like to activate awe,
Okay.
just for the conversation of what did you see,
What
just
did
so
you
she's
see?
more receptive.
We're going to come right back to that answer.
Okay.
Let's figure out what this actually does for us.
Okay, so I'm flavoring it a little bit, but basically, it silences all. It completely silences the user, nullifying all sound made by them. As with other obfuscate powers, only works on people within earshot and does not fool microphones or electronic detectors, which we don't have. It only works on the sense of hearing, but in exchange operates more robustly. A vampire needs to make a whole lot of noise to break the silence.
Right.
So basically, I'm making it so that only they can hear what I'm saying.
Cone of silence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically. So
Yeah,
like I can talk
gravy.
to them because they're close enough. Like
Yep.
if I'm just like talking, but like anybody outside the door wouldn't be able to hear.
You've done
me.
you've used this in business many times when you have to make that backdoor deal. You know what I mean? Like, so you are confident after you bite your thumbs, like kind of like I just want to see your cheese. Like you make a symbol.
Yeah,
or-
like it's just a piece of like a little bit of blood, and I just kind of like along the door, just kind of like Lamb of God, the blood of the lamb.
The red
they
stripe
put-
across the door. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like one of those.
Is it the same way that your sire taught you, or do you personally change all of it? a
Yeah,
little
I
bit?
think it's a little between other vampires and Ventru. It's like a business like that, an understanding that like we will not be bothered kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it almost from Venture specifically, if another Venture was on the cart, he would know what it was and be like, nope, that's a gentleman's understanding.
I was kind of picturing it more like from Supernatural.
Oh
when,
yeah,
when they do their things, they'll cut their hand and
yeah.
do the different symbols and stuff.
Sorry, we'll work on. Like, I like your cheese already. I was just trying to figure out is it mozzarella or blue? You know what I mean? Like, so yeah. So as your
smoked
as your hand comes into the blood in front of the door, you can both of you hear a small bit of sizzle, like bacon in the morning, as it like burns itself into the wood, leaving an invisible trace of a cone of silence. You know that you are in silence. What happens to you guys is you finally get the drop of the like a train goes away. It's like finally being in a quiet place.
Barnaby's like, what the?
Yeah, right. I'm deaf. Yeah. You know.
Barnaby just starts screaming.
Can you hear me?
Are either of you familiar with an Assamite?
I've never heard of that.
Inspiration point. You get one back. You get one back. Willpower point. Willpower
I
point.
put another.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah, because he just broke it.
Mr. Barnaby, you don't have to be quite so loud.
As you redo the seal. Yes,
Okay.
that's fantastic.
Sorry.
No,
Nope.
that's perfect.
No, you got a point out of that one. Never be sorry for a point.
What about you, Rusty?
I don't recall hearing about something like that. What is it?
Well, I've never met one, but I've seen the repercussions of one being around. They are qualified and skilled vampiric assassins.
You're getting flashes of like literally some of their like relatives' babies in the street, like dead.
They are systematic in their destruction. And unlike other assassinations that you might be historically aware of, it isn't so much the murder of Caesar as the burning of Rome when they are around.
Like one of the last images that get to you was the family graveyard of the people that you were trying to influence, and every single gravestone being shattered into dust. Like just no history.
A fuse has been lit, and this train will soon, I fear, be derailed.
So you're saying this is a kindred?
What's their motivation?
Money, usually.
They're a kindred or a kindred assassin?
They are undead. And they are, I laughed to myself, I guess evil, even by our standards. There is no sympathy or honor or any sort of kindness. If you are in their way, and we are, then we are all marked for death on this train.
Did they travel in groups?
Usually they don't need to.
Jesus.
They are. You're familiar with blending in with the shadows. They are the shadow.
I knew you were going to say that. You were never mind. Bane reference.
Yeah. You merely adopted the obligation.
I'm bored of this. Yeah, right.
It's quiet now, but it will not be quiet soon. And I'm not sure how they're going to do it, but if we do not act soon and we do not fix this, then, well, this is our last night.
Perhaps we should talk to the engineer.
Yes, I think it would be very important. We should find Rose, too, and try and figure out what's happening.
Barnaby's looking around the room. I know he has a liquor stash in here somewhere.
Go ahead. Intelligent investigation. If you want to toss this room.
You were gonna fuck the French guy's room up. You said intelligence and what? I'm sorry.
Investigation.
God damn it.
I feel like it should only be 5s for him if he's looking for liquor.
Balls!
He knows
I'm
exact-
getting drunk today.
Yeah, you are.
God
Oh,
damn.
man.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We could have used that later.
Reroll it.
Right,
Gotta
yeah.
reroll it. Floor rolls don't count unless you're fighting dragons.
Fucking 7.
7.
I
Jesus.
just gave you an
roll.
eloquent
God
speech
damn
on
it.
how we will all die tonight, and you give me 7 successes on a flask.
I better get my drink. All
As you're looking in, you get the very first
The whole time, by the
bottle
way,
of
now,
Pappy
because
Van
of that-
Winkle.
There it is.
No, because of that, the whole time I was telling that story, Barnaby was just clinking around, just like, "Oh, that sounds like
Actually,
like a lot, miss."
I just look up like, what's their motivation?
Yeah, right. Actually, what you find is a bottle from the French Revolution. This was one of. I'm not joking. This was from the stash of Napoleon. Obviously, signed bottle too.
Bonaparte, not dynamite.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
But in your 7 fucking successes, as you're going through, you see notebooks, and if only Rose was there, she could tell you the difference in between what Barnaby has in his, what Pierre has in his notebook, and what your Dr. Travel has in his.
Take them.
This is deep knowledge. You don't even understand what he's writing, but it is tiny print, superly detailed. There is information there. It's definitely archonic. Like there's a lot of occult within this. It's definitely in his hand. Strong lettering. There's no crossing out, as if he's just doing it by rote. You see, as you picked up the bottle, you can see his poof to the family of Poof from Napoleon.
And I can bring that to their attention, right?
Oh yeah, I mean it's a bottle given to his family.
But I mean, for
It
the
doesn't say his name; it just says to the family of Poof.
and then the books, the journals, or anything like that.
Oh yeah, it's like just 3 books. They're all, handwritten from his own perspective. This is his stuff.
So I take out my cell phone and I snap a picture.
But you can show, you definitely can show the other 2 gentlemen.
So first I take a sip out of the whiskey.
Oh, you open the bottle.
Yeah, of course I do.
Breaking the seal.
If you
I
were
don't know any better.
if you were a Toreador, you'd be stuck for a day. It's that good.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah.
It is it's Napoleon wine.
And I kind of get lost in it for a second.
Yeah.
Lost in the sauce.
Yep. And then I go, Mr. Hayward, look.
Oh my God! Is that Napoleon's? I take a sip.
Your sire, Walt, he was an outlier. You know what I mean? Like he was he liked his own privacy, but he lived so. Brujahs need to know information, so he had some arcane books. So you would know that these symbols are, first of all, very intricate and hard to replicate unless you know what you're doing. What was your take of, like, your education? Would you also be, like, I know that you understand the structure and society of the Camarilla, but, like, did magic and hunters and all that jazz, like what do you know of hunters?
My sire briefed me on hunters
And the danger of
and the
them,
danger
and
of them,
yeah.
and how because he went over how the Camarilla operates within the church and how sometimes they make like an armistice and deal to allocate certain areas as areas of neutrality. You know, like the Vatican is, you know, you cannot set foot in the Vatican. And if, you know,
don't start the war.
yeah,
essentially.
and if you do, you will die, and there will be no repercussions for the Vatican. And likewise, the Vatican cannot show up at the Camarilla except for extreme circumstances when it's preordained that they're meeting on like a centuries-long contract that needs to be renewed. You know, shit like that.
So-
you know, and then the dangers of there are those that operate outside of both entities and are more of a freelance. You know,
Yep. So
on one side or the
what
other.
what you're seeing is what you've been described to of what maybe a hunter would carry with them. But I will allow you to roll a cursed die to see if you have any more information, and you're trying to beat a 16 on that.
Who's ready for a 3?
It's just you and me. It's just you and me.
We've been through so much together,
That cursed die.
and not once.
I don't think so for you.
I don't know why anybody else has such a big problem with it.
And I know, look, I know you gave me a nat 20 last time, but that was a bad nat 20. and look, that wasn't your fault. Robbie was being a dick.
Hey, get a willpower point. Get a willpower point.
He arbitrarily changes the rules.
You can laugh that hard, you get a
You're not even
willpower
supposed to be in this game, but like I believe in you today. So please, just for me, let's just work together. Okay?
Everybody clap your hands if you believe.
Yeah, right.
I look over at Rusty. I'm like, what?
It's a 4.
But you got a willpower point out of it. So make sure you walk down your willpower point. That was good.
Well, it wasn't a 3.
If I burn a willpower, can I just roll it again?
Yeah,
Burn the willpower you were just given.
sure. Because you just burnt one to. All right, yeah.
Well,
yeah,
you give
yeah.
me free willpower. Listen, okay, look.
Remember, you're still shooting for 14.
Now I fucking hate you.
Rusty, who's he talking to?
The curse.
Yeah, all right.
So we're just gonna.
It's a 4.
It's a 4 again.
Holy
That was a 4, so fuck you.
Stay away from the casinos, my
Yeah,
friend.
it's a cursed die.
No
man.
craps table.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. By the way, I just threw it in the thing. It was 18.
Of course.
On the other side
Yeah.
of the screen,
Oh, yeah.
it
Yeah.
rolls really
Yeah,
well.
it's a DM dice if there's ever been one. The
I'm
only
gonna kill myself. No.
what dawns on you is the
Nothing.
the absurdity from the wine variant. How good it is. It's addressed to his family, not him. Unfortunately, that's what you got out of that. Seem legit. You have a little bit of a flash of him screwing around with the crystals.
I had already assumed, but also Barnaby, thank you for the. I take another sip of the whiskey.
Yeah.
With the wine.
Or the wine. Oh, it's wine.
It's wine.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was Pat.
No. It's well. If you wanted to be, that's fine. It's a not. I just figured Napoleon probably was a wine dude. But
Yeah, no worries. Whatever. I'm drunk.
Off of one sip.
You think I took a small sip?
Good stuff.
It was
we
4
are-
glugs.
We are now. He's a hunter. Okay, so we might have to talk to him. I'm gonna leave now. And then I just open the door.
like
Are you
haven't-
thinking that the hunter may help us with assassin?
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Well, if we want to be friends, I better stop drinking his alcohol.
You should throw that out the window.
No, I don't know if that's a good idea either.
You should finish that and then throw it out the window.
it was addressed to his family, not to him. So you can take what you will after
Try
that
to save the
information.
label. Just leave the label on his pillow.
Stick it in somebody else's room, not mine, fucker.
Put it with the nun. Put it with the nun.
I'm going to go slip it in Squib's pocket.
As he's mourning.
It's up to you guys what you want to do with
You
it.
think you got problems now?
I'm just going to set it back where it was and try
Take it back to
kinda
the
make it
gimp
look like
room.
the way
Yeah.
it did,
Okay. No problem.
the best I can.
Yeah.
I open the door and oh my god, it's Rose.
Yeah. Right now, you had like it was underneath his bed. I imagine that like sleeper trains probably have like a hinge,
Murphy bed.
like a Murphy, so that was where his storage was, where you found the books and whatnot. And you girls are all headed towards Rose. Rusty, you headed in any direction or?
Yeah, I'm trying to find Rose to fill her in,
Okay.
and then I'll grab Pierre after that.
No problem.
I'm
Right.
looking for Thistle.
Fair enough. Give me a sniff roll.
Roll for sniffing.
Smell my fingers.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
No, that's still Belle.
The last time you saw her,
It's got to be 5. She smells like catfish.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
cannot be
The
that
last
hard.
time you saw her, she was at the helping you get everyone back on the train, and I believe she did end up in the dining car. You stopped tracking her after that, so you know that's the last place you saw her.
Okay.
But you've been in this room for a little while discovering things, so she could have gone past you, or she could have gone.
All right.
So you can do a 50-50 roll of which direction you want to go. I can tell you, all right, I'm going to write a number down between 1 and 2. All right. So-
Number
and a
between
half.
1 and 2?
well, yeah, it's a 50-50 chance, right?
Oh, 1 or 2.
Yeah, right. So,
Well, if I'm not
I was
rolling
going to say
it,
1.5.
Between 1 and 2.
yeah, right. So you pick which one you'd like it to be, and if you pick it correctly, I'll show you, and you go in the right direction. If not, the wrong direction.
Dice tell me.
well,
One.
if you're not
One.
if you're not rolling
2.
at
Yeah,
least
so-
if you're not rolling at least 3 of these dice, I mean, you know, the statistics are
Sorry, you needed 12 to make this happen. 12 dice. Yeah, that's a deep cut at this point.
Oh my God.
Yeah. All right. So you end up actually following these guys. Thistle she's headed into the back of the car.
Okay.
But your decision from the one, you follow all of these guys. Rose,
Yes.
you're taking in this individual.
Definitely reacting differently than either Squib or the other handmaid.
She reaches over. You see her take a bar towel out of Chip's area. She's just cleaning her hands and composing herself. The drink seems to have steadied her nerves a little bit.
Sure. I'm just going to come in beside her. Again, activate awe.
taste all 27 flavors.
And I would like to just say, first, let me start with my condolences. But I do have to ask what you saw.
I wasn't in the room.
You two are always with her, so
Roll 2. The hands are kind of like moving around. You can see almost hear the oil on the gears burning. What I saw someone with a lot of potential finish before they were done.
well, you didn't see a human, you didn't see a man, you didn't see a woman, you didn't see a blade, you didn't see details. I'm just wondering to help with us trying to figure out what has happened and how concerned we all need to be.
It's at the dock travel. He goes, well, I don't think it was a bunny rabbit with antlers.
I don't think that it was a bunny rabbit with antlers either, and I really don't understand the crystals myself.
From the floor.
But
No, he's close. He's just wrong. I mean, not the antlers, but the crystals. He just needs to move that trace right over there. She's pointing him to one of the pieces.
okay, but what will that do?
She walks over, and as she walks over, the train starts to tilt to the right to go into a turn. And like just nonchalantly, her foot just kicks one right into a different direction, and you see like mist starting to come up from that area. All of a sudden, it seems to work. And you hear, "Ha ha! I have done it yet again!" And we're gonna leave this right here for our break. You guys will be back in 10.
Oh,
CRISPR babies.
oh stop.
Wunderbar.
Oh my God. Okay, now we're back.
All right, guys, welcome back to Vampires and Vitae. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll pick up right where we left off. As the mist starts to correlate around this principle. Apparently he was close. He thinks that he is the one that made all this magic happen. You start seeing footprints in the mist, like little distortions, slight body. You can see that it tapering into what looks like the shoulder of a male. So almost see the ghost image of somebody cutting someone's neck very quickly. Like Doc is flabbergasted.
Right.
None of this has ever worked for him ever once. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like you do hear the pregnant pause of Mr. Benson as he's watching essentially what he thinks is a ghost like materialize in front of this area. You see it hit the window, pull it down expertly. The crack was very small that he pushed it down, only leaving the one bloody fingerprint. No blood from him, but
Right.
obviously the wound that he caused.
Right.
And you see like a gust of wind or a piece of mist that almost walked through the window as it went through the top. As you're walking up, guys, you do hear that. You can only guess that it is probably Pierre. See all this transpire as you guys are going back up. You see the last remnant, like the last little bit of smoke going out the window.
Well, that was eventful.
What was that, Miss Rose?
Well, it turns out that all of the doctor's plans are not for silliness. With a slight adjustment of the crystals from, I'm sorry, ma'am, I didn't catch your name.
Speaking to the since my life's at risk, now yours is too. What you see in front of you, dying and dead, is my body double. We expected problems. Not this much. She was a wonderful acolyte.
I understand. I understand that compunction.
I'm sure you do. Yeah, just
That's it.
the facade has
So,
dropped.
so you are
Yes,
Mother of Flowers.
yes. I'm
You are Lady Orchid.
sorry for the deception.
No judgment here, and certainly no hard feelings. I do understand the need for that level of protection.
But what I want to plant in the soil of deserts shall make a rose to bloom forever. We need to get there.
Well,
Yes, well, metaphors are fun. I think we need to retire to a safer area because I have some information on. Now that I know that you're alive, Lady Orchid.
By the way, conversations. Very nice to meet you, Mr. Haywood.
Yes,
And like a dainty hand does come out.
it's nice to meet you. And assuming we all want to live to see tomorrow, we need to discuss a game plan because this entire train is a target for something much larger. And a body double isn't going to do you any good.
No, she's dead.
Unless
In
you are a
fact,
body
she
double and Lady
ex-
Orchid is on a different train.
No. Yeah,
Okay.
you
well,
see,
then we need
yeah,
to
right.
okay.
But you see like a really steely-eyed version. Like she comes back and you've seen her grieve, like over it. She played a part. So the body double was very useful. And this, like, she just like cuts off that wall. You know what I mean? Like she drops the gate. Boom. She's no longer going to mourn about this. Obviously, it was important. I mean, like hell, you don't know what kind of magic that girl did, but obviously she was an adept of some sort when you caught the glass.
Mm-hmm. Well, again, I think we should get somewhere a little more secure.
A moving train. You tell me where's safer.
Maybe the place that locks from the inside. My study, no, remember it was a whole kerfuffle. I've used that word twice today. I don't know why.
Great word. She's going to be allowing herself to be led.
All right.
Mr. Hayward, I'm going to keep going forward and try to talk to the engineer.
Okay, you do that. I'm going to try and get everybody. Once you're done with that, the thing about the engineer is he's relatively unaffected by information. He's only really affected by, when things hit the fan, not if. But
He is affected by time.
well, yes, but he's in his own little bubble for the most part.
Yeah.
But it depends on how you describe the situation. If the situation is going to affect his time, then he will be concerned.
Well, I'm just saying.
As she walks,
My name isn't a fucking.
yeah, right.
book.
As she
I've
walks,
had the
yeah, right.
conversation.
As she walks by, she puts like a thumb directly at the wrist of your hand, like makes a little X and a little side squiggle on the side. You're spending some time too, aren't you?
Okay, can we? It's not about me right now. Okay. That was Barnaby's fault. If we're being real.
Oh no.
She looks over to you and it's a beautiful tattoo.
Thank you. Just got it.
It's new. Yeah.
You should see the rattler.
Are they friendly?
As of now, yes.
Just remember, it's your pet. Do you let your dog allow you to give you advice on a business?
If it had something good to say, yeah.
See a little brightness in her eyes when you say that.
Somewhere, a little direwolf is born.
An understanding a deeper understanding, a gangrel understanding of what it is. She accepts this.
May also want to try to find Miss Thistle. Looking, but I couldn't find her.
Thistle? Oh, the werewolf.
Yeah,
we're
with
saying out
the
loud now.
tombstone.
Yeah, yeah.
No, she
yeah,
says it
I'm
out loud.
sorry.
With the tombstone teeth. Large woman. Smells much better sleeping than awake.
Kind of gives you a wink, Alister.
Ew.
There's a large amount of palpable power coming off of this person that's been.
Just like, can we?
Yeah, right. Yeah, she.
No.
Yes, direction, and she will.
I'm gonna, as I'm walking, I'm gonna tap my cane on the roof.
Hey, Rusty, you mind if I join you just for safety's sake?
Certainly.
Do you go this way? Do you go that way?
Yes, I suppose we should implement the buddy system. I don't think any of us should be alone either.
Let's split the party.
Oh, God.
I was trying so desperately to not do that,
Yeah.
but if we're
I'll stay with
if we
Alister.
really
He's going
want,
by
if we,
himself.
hey, look, I said I'm
like
not
you-
stopping the fucking train. Okay.
It's like you guys know how these games work. Yep. As you walk up through the places, you get to a very large door.
I got all the ladies with me, so I'm not complaining.
Yep.
I got Rusty. We're good.
Do you knock? What do you
Can't
guys?
grow in a brouhaha.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. What do you guys do?
Yeah.
You come to
Knock on
you,
the
you come
door.
to like a sub door. You know what I mean? Like it's.
Yeah.
I mean the same problem that Alister had when he saw it the first time.
Very heavy steel door.
Very heavy steel door.
I knock on it.
Rusty.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. We're on time, so therefore I'm doing quite well. How can I help you?
Being on time is what I'd like to speak to you about, if I could. Possibly you and even the engineer. We have some situations going on in the back here.
The engineer is a little busy at the moment.
Understood. Could I have a conversation with you? Not through the slot in the door, please.
closes it. You'll walk through. You get a small glimpse of what Alister saw. Just it's the glowing. It's as if the coal was already on fire before it's being shone onto this particular view. Closes it very hiding secrets kind of way.
Right. So we've had a situation. There was a murder in the dining car.
People die on this train every time we take it.
I understand. I've seen that before, but this particular murder is different. This one is not natural.
Not natural, you say. The two of you standing up to me saying there's something not natural. Mr. Barnaby, you have a fantastic tattoo. He, gestures to his vest. Looks fetching.
Snakeskin vest.
Yeah. Slide my hand a little bit behind my back. Thanks. Leave it at that.
So tell me what's not natural. People are going to die on this train. That's just a given.
It's the murderer is not a natural creature, and assassin who doesn't just assassinate one person. They cause havoc, mass destruction, possibly the destruction of the entire train.
You're telling me someone's trying to derail my train.
Yes, sir.
All right, boys, what you need from me? He goes back, he stands in front of his door.
I was hoping you could offer a solution, because we don't have one. I mean, I'm armed, but
My boys make things go fast. I can come with you personally, but we will slow down
yeah, let's not
if
do
I
that.
am not here.
Let's not do that.
And they take some of their strength from me. That's the gambit and the deal that I made with my men. So if you want me to come with you, definitely possible, but we're going to lose some steam.
It's a solution. What do you know about these young fellas who were doing the security here on the train? The fellas wearing the black bowlers.
Easily manipulated and usually take the highest offer from anybody spitting coin.
Are they worth anything in a fight?
Oh, they are good security. I'd say they got a little bit of
terrible security.
Yeah,
They didn't stop the murder.
they got a little bit of grit in them. I'd say take a human +2. Not worth one of my men, tell you. If you want one of mine,
Is that going to slow anything down?
it'll cost me, which maybe I'll take out of you later.
I'll consider your offer.
You notice him staring at that snake.
You keep looking at my tattoo, sir.
Well, I mean, it's freshly done.
You know, we were just in town.
I've known a lot of guys that can do some ink, but putting actual scales in a person's skin, that's a whole different story, Mr.
Sure, Barnaby works.
Barnaby.
Wait till you see the tail.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, just start shaking. Jeez.
You got quite a companion, ain't you?
Yeah, I've yet to see it in action.
Let me guess. He puts his hand up. You see a couple weird, hand signals. You don't trust him all the way yet, do you?
Not completely.
Everything's got a cost, Mr. Collins.
I completely understand that.
Sometimes a friend gives you a cost for nothing. Just claps you on the back. You can see a little bit of, as if a pit bull, nuzzle, the big old meatball kind of dog, when it decides to nuzzle you. You can see the tattoo feel underneath your skin, go to him in a positive manner.
To go to who?
Shove.
like goes to him?
Well,
Or
like
just kinda
like a nuzzle, like
Yeah.
but talk about a weird feeling, like underneath
Yeah.
your skin itself.
yeah, kind of again pull my arm back, step back a little bit. Interesting.
Your choices, gentlemen. What like me to do here?
I think the object of us coming to see you is for awareness.
Can't go faster than we're going.
That's understood.
Good to know that there's a problem. Better if you could solve it yourselves.
We're working on it. But if I need help, I may come back for your offer.
As long as the train don't derail.
That's the goal. I'm trying to save my cattle. I have vested interest.
I'm not trying to save my soul. I sold that a long time ago.
Same here.
So all I'm trying to do is save time.
I'm just trying to save my ass.
I'll do some more squats, sir. Just laugh.
So flat.
Yeah.
I got a dong.
So, like, if all business is concluded, do you need one of mine, or you want me myself to come back and try to handle this problem?
I think for now we're gonna work it out on our own. But I wanted to make sure that you were aware of the situation. If things start to go sideways, it's never good on a train.
We are accidental family, aren't we?
Seems.
Stuck in the same scenario. If I can do something, you let me know.
Yeah. Well,
It's-
I know what we're about to go through, and then this added problem that's already here.
So you know why it's important for me to be in the front.
I do. Remember, I was on the train on the trip back there.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you, Mr. Shove.
He gets like 3 individual screws, kind of like mold in, and door does open. You get another flash of just it's like they're shoveling hatred like into this furnace. Door closes. We'll be back to you guys as you make your way back down the corridors. Ladies and gentlemen, what are we doing?
I am headed to the study with the ladies and trying to get Pierre's attention.
You haven't seen Pierre. Pierre went out a window. Pierre's been.
I know I can hear him upstairs.
Yeah, he's still doing a thing.
He's
So-
400 pounds, pouncing on the wooden roof.
When I get to between the cars, I'm gonna call out to him.
It's not the one where you're at, but it's like the further window. It's yes. Do you need something? It's like the wind is.
He's like,
Yeah,
all
like
four.
looking like Jess's face through the window.
I'm just like, we need to talk. Meet me in the study as soon as possible.
And, you know, there's a very, very dangerous thing up here somewhere.
Yes. And then I just gonna go for down.
Yeah.
Through the
there.
study it is.
And then, Rose, what you see is that Alister, as soon as he walks in, he removes his gun and his knife and puts it on like a little coffee table, and then takes off his coat and rolls up his sleeves and looks at you and goes, I'm about to have a very dangerous conversation with a very dangerous man. And if you don't want to be here for that, I don't blame you.
No, I have signed up to the West. We know each other very well, well enough.
Okay.
I see no reason to leave.
Okay. In the interest of not obscuring any of the facts, Mr. Pierre is a hunter, and a damn good one.
I thought there was something about him.
So you're aware of hunters
Yes,
and their proclivities.
definitely, yes.
Okay. So this is a very
He's not the man that did the murder.
no. This is a very tenuous conversation that is about to be had.
Understood.
Hence why I took my.
I'll sit back.
Okay.
Do my best to not look intimidating.
As you say that,
She scritches her ringlets.
yeah, right. Your girls take cue, kind of going back to their room.
Yeah.
Also, Lady Orchid, in the interest of transparency, well, you'll find out in a minute, but
Just smiles and just nods. And she won't. He won't be hunting me.
Okay.
Footprints on her car.
Oh,
I thought
she
you,
did not catch that part. So
that was-
like,
that was
that
another
will bother her personally. Actually,
thought you were dead.
Yeah, yeah.
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 In my defense, thought you were dead.
I did not desecrate your sacred area until I was
does-
sure that you
She
were
doesn't have that information currently. She thinks
That'll
that
be
you're
the next
like,
scream.
That's
yeah,
funny.
yeah. That's quite true. So you do hear a big clunk, two heavy boots, and the sounds of spurs being spun underneath a walk. Very self-assured. Yes, the door opens. It appears that we are putting off all disguises, huh?
It would seem.
Yes, I believe it's time to have a very important conversation. And I haven't like gestured, but my weapons are very obviously like not near me.
Yeah.
You know,
Are we back yet?
You guys can be walking that way. You guys want to be walking that way?
Yeah, we're headed back. Cool.
He
if you would like this to be a one-on-one conversation,
and
that works for me. But
had a buffet of what my people generally think is a good idea to destroy, but I personally do not want to die. So, like, the first gun comes out, puts it on the same table, matches. It's a weird mirror with your gun. Like, they're the same well-worked piece of machinery that both of you guys are shooters. But, like, the two of them together.
Rose goes, "Ugh, fine." And she goes into like that ruched part of her skirt and she pulls out the two cold peacemakers and sets them on the table.
and I go, Rose.
I go, "Oh, God damn it." I pull up my skirt. I pull my Derringer out of my garter and set it on the
And
table.
I only know that
as
because I
well.
clocked it 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Yep. You notice Pierre checking the enjoyment of the view. while
Eyes
that
off
was
the
all
ankle, sir.
happening.
You look good for 112, yeah?
So, I know what you are, and I know what you are, but so Kate, I'm going to assume I'm a little bit in the dark.
As am I. What's more important is I know what's hunting us.
I have not ascertained this. What did you find?
Now, I know that you are a traveled hunter. And
Yeah, I do not like the term. The church is a little overpowering, and so is my father and mother. So I'm a freelancer.
yes, I've understood the cat and mouse game we've been playing. You do not appear to be of a single mind, like most,
And
in your profession.
I have found more monsters with humanity than I have found humans with humanity.
Are you familiar, speaking of, an Assamite?
The eyes widen. What makes you say that there's an estimate on this? He picks back up his gun, puts it right back into his holster. Body changes. Essentially, I'm assuming that probably
Yeah.
when you guys are coming in.
I have had not first-hand experience, but second-hand experience with Assamites, and because of my kindred nature, I can smell the resonance of our different bloods, and it is an unmistakable flavor of evil. So, if you know the name, I'm sure you're aware of how much danger you are in.
Yeah, right. There's just a whole nother like he felt like he could take, or at least have a chance between the two of you and whatever the hell Orchid is. You said Assamite, that definitely went up his ass.
I do not want to turn this train into a bloodbath. I actually have every intention of getting to this last stop as peacefully as possible. I do not work with the Camarilla.
So he's here for you? You see Rose speak up. No, I think he's here for me.
Orchid. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
I was like, oh.
Yeah. Orchid. A lot of flowers.
Flower.
Yeah.
There's a lot of high-value targets. It's no way of knowing which one he's.
Well, Look at the one that was killed.
Well, it could be one of a list.
Why would he be after you? What's that about?
Because I changed fortune. Usually to the detriment of most people around me, but what I do is success. I didn't like where I was and what they were using me and my bloodline for. So I decided to make another move, to go to the place that probably needs the most luck, the new frontier. Vegas seems to be a place that maybe could use a little bit of luck.
Honestly, I mean, if that's the case, then, happy to have you aboard, but just a little bit concerned about what that is going to look like.
Prosperity wherever I go.
Well, let's hope so.
Yes.
It'd be very
for our sake.
Yeah, so far you're saying all of the right things, but why would someone want to stop prosperity?
They just like to have it for themselves.
Alister actually laughs to himself. Just, you have not met my sire.
Yeah. Because it would rebound from where I fled. It would go back to them. If I don't hold it, someone will.
Right.
Mr. Pierre, it's important that we survive this evening, and that will not be possible unless we work together.
Si c'est possible, huh? It's
And afterwards, if you want to have a secondary discussion, or
I mean, to kill an Assamite would be written down in my family's books that I don't care about anymore. But it's quite a struggle that we are facing. I mean, they move in between the wind. It's the stories that I've been told. I've never fought one. I mean, I don't want one to die either, and I know how important it is to get to our destination because there is no life in no man's land. And if this train stops, it shall be more than just a problem.
yes, which is why I think you should bring everything that you think you might need here, and we work on a solution as quickly as possible.
As you say that, you hear a bell. Help! 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 Bad! Bad, bad, bad.
I look to Rusty and I'm like, something's wrong with the cows.
Fuck. I take off running.
I join him.
Just barrel past this meeting.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what you see.
Yeah. Guys, we're having a meeting.
You go into the next door. You guys following? Where are we at? You got Pierre's fucking on point.
I just gesture towards my. May I?
Of course. Yes, of course. I don't fucking care about the carpets. It was just the thing to make sure that we weren't bothered.
And Pierre, do you mind if I grab my weapons?
It was already in his hand, checking towards you.
Yeah, as I'm running, I got both of my pistols out.
Pulling my knife and my pistol.
I go. I go back to my cabin and I grab my long rifle out of the cabin.
Okay, they'll put you on the last part of it because it would take more time to go back. But you want your long rifle?
Yeah.
All right.
Noise.
All right. Going through the first car, you see Werewood Dread. All right, give me a composure and resolve roll, please.
Everybody?
Yep. As you see a werewolf halt out.
Oh dear. Geez, Sean.
It's a -1.
What was it? Resolve
I would've thrown the
and
dice too
composure?
then.
Yep.
That is 2 successes.
I also got 2 successes.
Negative. So. Oh, man.
Barnaby, you look startled.
Just a little irritated.
Green around the gills. Like,
You
okay.
had like so many successes earlier.
Yeah, so it's
I said we could have used
Looking
that.
for booze. Yeah.
This is how this works.
Yes, yes, it is.
Barnaby, your
I got one.
Is there
Your
booze
tail
in the
is
cattle?
success.
One success was
Is there booze in the cattle?
yeah, right. The other three of you, probably only from your sires, have you heard of the
Yeah.
carnage and power of a werewolf. And you see it in the mid-strike as it was going down into a small figure that dodges, and you can hear the moment of a clang, almost like a gong, as steel hits claws and a dodge. The rent in the side of the train, your cattle train, has been ripped apart throughout this battle that was happening behind you. All the noise being disguised from the train itself and the actual movement of the car and the
Reach my
distance
arm
between.
out to stop Barnaby
Okay. Yeah, Barnaby.
before we get there.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
as soon as we can see this.
Yep. You get a Barnaby. What you get is wide-eyed. Never seen anything like this.
Yep.
Not understanding who that is or what that is, but just the pure and unadulterated rage that comes from a werewolf.
Cool.
Yeah, right. But this little thing is almost like bouncing like a ping pong ball around these cattles. Like, I mean, like you see, and blood is in every stroke of this werewolf's claws because he's just ripping into part of your cattle, going through it and blah, blah, blah. The thing just continues to bounce around, dodging, not attacking, dodging, trying to survive.
That's the thing that's with the werewolf, not the werewolf himself. Or is
The
that
werewolf seems to be fighting this thing.
thing, yeah. Okay.
Alister's like, are you fucking kidding me?
I would like
And
to.
I take out my manifest and I just crumple it.
Have you not put together who the werewolf was?
No, I'm just saying that. I'm
Yeah,
just
right,
like,
yeah.
what the fuck is the point of the manifest?
Yeah, right,
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
I've learned nothing from these names. I just
I will activate rapid reflexes,
Okay.
love it.
and I will line up my sights. I'm just gonna pick like a corner of the car, and should the thing bounce into that sight, I'm gonna fire.
Okay.
Ooh. If I see that happening, I don't know. Can I work together on this?
Sure.
I wanna, because I also have, I'll probably roll like shit. I also have firearms. I wanna try and fire to try and move it into her line of sight.
Sure. Suppressing fire.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Yeah.
what we're doing.
Like
Okay.
shooting one corner because it's ping ponging like back and forth stuff. I'm trying to shoot like the corner where I think it's gonna go to get it to change directions to give Rose an easier shot. So I'm not trying to shoot the thing. I'm just trying to shoot like a corner.
Yep, I get you.
To
I'm
indicate,
with
like-
you. Yeah,
like,
you want to.
oh, fuck,
right.
yeah.
Not that direction. Rusty, what is your
Can I
action?
use rapid reflexes to try to see what this thing is?
Yeah, I could give you
What, to, like,
slow
to
down
perceive
time,
it?
essentially.
Oh.
Right.
And
That's kinda cool.
unfortunately, yeah, it's a really cool use of it. Barnaby, because of your previous role, this will be a lost action for you.
Barnaby just throws up a little bit.
From the damn drink.
Yeah, I was gonna say that Napoleon wine not so good after all, huh?
Is this my wine?
Yeah, there's a little vinegar.
I feel like that stuff was spoiled.
You do see Pierre. He'd reached in, and there's a little globule. It looks like rose gold is wrapped around. It's only about the size of a big gumball, and like he chucks it like into the air, and it hits the back of the train. You can see that the ping pong figure, as it was about to land there, it ends up hitting a cow, slight misstep. So that was his action. Rapid reflexes. Are we shooting? Are we
Yeah, I'm waiting for it
aiming
to-
the entirety of it?
Yeah,
Cool.
I have like
So,
a
yep,
like a target
Yep. No
area
problem.
that I'm looking at.
So we're gonna do suppressing fire first,
Yeah.
right over here. We got some.
if it
I know you got
missed-
some hella good firearms, so dexterity and fire.
So if it misstepped, I'm
Yep.
going to shoot right next to it.
Yep.
To try and get it to go
That
left.
way,
You know, if
and
it's-
trying to line up a shot here.
Yeah, basically. All right. Let's try these. Two successes.
Okay, no problem. We're not
Unless
hitting
you're
it.
looking for five.
Well, we're
in
not.
which case
We're
it's
not.
three.
We're not hitting an exact target. So
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
not
I'm
like.
hitting,
So
like,
I
a
mean,
broad
like, yeah.
area.
So we're gonna bring down her difficulty because of that. Okay, Roger's double checking with that. You're
I just want to see what this thing is using my rapid reflexes.
okay. Let's give you a
Child.
intelligence
Kinda what I'm
and
worried about.
awareness, unless wits and awareness is higher for you because you're choosing to
squib.
use it. So wits and awareness is higher
Wits and
for you?
awareness, yeah.
Okay, no problem. We're going to bring those down to 5s.
Just got rid of that piece of shit that rolled a 1 on me on the last one.
I'm gonna take a potty break since you're
Fucker. Son of a whore. Bitch. Cock ass.
Whoa. So it went well.
5 successes.
Yeah. Right.
2 1s. 3 fucking 1s. I got a -1.
You know what it is?
My cows!
It's first of all seeing like all this hard work, like every stroke, trying to take this creature down that is currently fighting you. Not fighting, like the werewolf is currently involved themselves in. Kind of overtakes you, and also just the pure speed of this other being, the pure skill, not just speed. Because let's say that like you had a bunch of toreadors together, right, and they're all doing celerity, then skill would start to come into practice. So if you all can do celerity, it still matters who's the best.
Right.
Right.
This is a refined piece of work that is handing its ground with a werewolf. You've heard tales that it would take 10, 11 vamps to take down one. It's not attacking, but it is defending and dodging.
Then I'm going to change my strategy.
All right. Miss Rose.
Yes.
Click, click. Sighted. You got the splash of the holy water at the end of the train. You had the separation in between the wonderful shots from Alister, making sure that it brought you into your shot. Give me some firearms and dexterity.
Okay. Now, because I'm using rapid reflexes, can I add my 2 points of celerity to the pool as well?
You can, and also you're shooting for 5s because of all that extra help.
Okay.
How many? Do you know?
10 dice.
Damn.
Okay. No ones.
That's the best part of that.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 successes.
All right. Clipping it, not in the shoulder, not in the knees, not in the arms, not in extremity. You hit gut, center mass.
Oh, shit.
That's good. Slows it way down. Any kind of specific normal fire shot?
Give it a second belly button.
Yeah. No, that is just a regular, like, lead bullet.
All right. Lead bullet, no problem. It slows and looks back up, and it sees the claws coming down. It tries to twist its way out of reach of this werewolf. Does not fully succeed, getting clawed in the back. So 2 shots. So what you really did, you hit dead mass, stopped it enough to get a grievous wound from a werewolf strike. This thing is not looking good. All right. 1 second. Let me do some math. Cool.
Oh, dear.
All right. Now it's its turn. All right. Just don't hit a 7 or up.
Good luck.
1.
Yeah, good. Great.
No, 4. Sorry.
Yeah, those
Still-
dice are hard to read.
Yeah, right.
Still
as long as it's
good.
not a
Yeah.
7. Yeah, right. Yeah.
They're hard
Hold
to
on a
read for
second.
those old folks.
And none of them came up 1s. So
As it looks down, understanding that first of all, a hunter's behind it, a wonderful suppressing fire is behind it, an incredible shot to the midriff. It got hit by a werewolf. Unfortunately, yours didn't completely come to grabs, but you are now at the bottom or the beginning of the turn order, essentially, if you want to look at it. You've gotten your wits back onto yourself. It is going to make itself hard to hit. What would you like to do? What you see is like a broken face, as if it had just been in a fight. That's kind of what it's presenting right
I want
now.
to fire 2 rounds at its face.
Boom, boom. All right. Dexterity and firearms for both of it.
One, two, three, four.
4, hell of a shot.
Not quite 9.
know. Yeah. Didn't you have two? Oh, you used a rifle though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
But that was the Derringer. Did super
We
damage.
just need
Right.
one more D10. Oh, hold on. Sorry. Go.
I was really like, oh wait, I don't have any D10s.
What, excuse me? What have you been
Two.
rolling?
Don't know, but
By the way, if you want to look,
where
you
did
can
my
look.
God
Damn it!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I got a 10. 5. All right, second shot.
You can
Sec-
you could burn a willpower if you wanted to tie it.
You get clipped, yeah. And he's hurt, so actually it would make a difference at
yeah,
this point.
I'll burn willpower on them.
All right, no problem. So that's a non-aggravated wound, but it's still, he is hurt. He's hurt. Second shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Damn.
I'm so jealous.
1, 2,
I shut the wall.
I got a fucking -1.
4.
I feel like Barnaby, like you guys are looking at him like he's
I feel
kind
like
of a
I-
piece of shit, and this is like the goal is that he's
Just comes
not
up-
a piece of
he
shit.
just
You guys
goes-
can see that.
He just goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. The second shot was with your right hand. The one with the tattoo was in. It's almost like when you came in the train, like, you know what I mean? Like as you were lining up the shot, like that slight readjustment right at the end, like you guys working together in concert.
Does that do poison damage or?
Yeah, right. Well, if he uses the snake, it will do something cool. But
Sweet.
yeah, I mean, like this is just more of a, like cheese is kind of what's coming over there.
I curve the bullet.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you said yeah, right. Boom.
Hit
Yeah,
6 cows.
It's such a ridiculous
It
movie.
was.
Right. Yeah, right.
Still cool.
Looking at all of this, you see this assailant weigh out his options, and he is going to try to jump out of the hole that was ripped out of from the werewolf.
Can I fire a shot at him again?
You sure can.
Hell yeah.
And one more action for everybody. Oh, he's in mid-air, so if you hit him, it'll change his trajectory.
3 successes.
At 6s,
2 7s and an 8.
pins him down. Yep. Boom, boom. Okay, so it's another non-aggravated. Yeah, he's on his last.
I want to move in
Okay.
and activate lethal body. And grab my Bowie knife.
All right.
Took my idea. Coming.
Bruja.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Yeah, he's looking like you're gonna have to go past the werewolf. You cool with that?
yeah, I don't care.
All right, no
I
problem.
know who that is.
You're right. You do.
I can smell
Bowie
catfish.
knife comes out. Yeah, you smell catfish. Bowie knife comes out.
I'm not trying to kill him. I want to see who it is, what it is. But I want to be there,
So you want to block the hole.
grab him in one hand, and have the knife at his heart
Oh.
with the other hand.
Strength and athletics versus strength and.
Oh no, I have the perfect knife for that.
Oh yeah, you do.
melee. I need one more dice for that.
Stabby, stabby,
Oh,
pokey,
no.
pokey. What am I doing?
Well, you're rolling strength and melee. I actually didn't roll that well. You're welcome. Yeah, right. Yeah, no more dice from you.
Take these.
You gotta
They're
be
great.
Yeah, you're gonna have to beat 3
Trust me.
as he's trying to wiggle his way out of it.
Handed you my timeout dice.
I just need one more. Because I've got more in the. Okay. I've got more in the fucking jail bag than.
You know what? Before you roll, he's gonna use a willpower point, so that brings it up to 4.
Okay.
Zero.
Yeah, so I got a fucking one. I got 2.
How many?
2.
2's enough to at least grab his boot before he jumps out. So he's now like hanging outside of this problem. One more. So we got
Yeah.
a shot here, shot
Pierre,
here.
what would you like to do?
Also, I'll take a shot.
I was gonna say I'm ready to use that knife.
All right.
Pierre, please.
It's better, it's
yeah,
better if
yeah.
you guys are the heroes.
Yeah, he's still there.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Okie
We're not the heroes. All right, let me get
Alright.
perfectly clear.
You're not the heroes.
Yeah.
Again with no ones.
Self-preservation at its finest.
So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7.
Tail.
Unless I was rolling 5s, then I have 8.
Just
As you're holding, you can see just like through the calf muscle, straight through. It's, as you can feel, it's starting to fall into torpor. One more blood point before it would become unconscious. All right. Last shot.
We don't want it to go unconscious, do we? Or?
we do.
Well-
Torpor's not death.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just enough physical damage that it can no longer.
As you're holding on, you can hear the scratching and just the caw that.
What's the floor made of?
Lava.
It would be right.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to stab through its leg into the floorboard to kind of like pin it.
All right. That strength and brawl.
I like it.
Nice.
Oh, that's gonna blow, but that's okay.
Oh.
Sorry, strength and melee because you have a.
I was much happier with the brawl.
You can try to pull him down.
Same here.
If it's either, you can try to pull him down.
Yeah, if you want to just bring him back in, you could do that, and I'll bring it down to the difficulty of 5s, because the two of you guys would be working together.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, like I like your knife idea too. Both will work. It's just will be an easier completion.
I don't know. Could go either way with you.
So hold on, you got to say which one you're doing first.
I go with the higher chance of success.
yeah,
Personally.
yeah. I'm gonna grab and pull it in.
And grab and pull.
3.
Climb, doubled up. That was with 5s or with 6s?
That was 6s.
6s,
But
yeah.
everything was 7 and
7
higher.
and higher.
So it doesn't make a difference on that. All right.
Come here, you son bitch.
Get over here.
There it is.
Yeah. The two of you together are able to scream this person back in. You look down like as you would, a person on the ground, both raise fists.
Yeah. Angry.
Yeah, right. Then you look up and realize that you have a werewolf piece of drool that just landed on your shoulder, and just realize that this guy ain't going anywhere. That's where we're going to leave it for this week. Cool. Guys, always remember, thank you for joining us at Vampires and Vitae. It's always a pleasure to have you at our table, and just remember to take a big bite out of life.
Pip, pip.
Yeehaw.